And it said journey on the right, so. Oh, funny, that's where I thought it was. Oh, no. You know what? It's for Helen. Oh, yeah. That's good. Hey, how are you? Oh, hey. I was worried that the class wasn't happening. No. I've just never been here early. I'm always late too. Oh, but don't worry. I want to do, you know what time I get out Christian's teaching. Oh. I'm good. Okay, if you notice I repeat it until I open it. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. A ball and a mat and weights. Lindsay, this is Margot. Hi, Margot. This is Lindsay. Nice. So I'm gonna try and help. Okay. Okay. Did you talk to her? Yeah. Just go beside her. Okay. And then she said, just copy me. And it is. He did a good job, I think. I'm sure. You can start this way on anything, but just all the front. Yeah. No, I was sore after, but that's awesome. Yeah. That's cool. Okay, so. Okay, we're all set up there. So I'm going over. No, okay. Is that? Super. Okay, guys. All ready? Weights and a squish ball. Do squish ball? Oh, squish ball. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna start with our squishy ball between our inner thighs, weights by our sides, just like flat on your back. Alright. Okay, so palms face up. Find your neutral through your spine. So think about starting from the top of your spine. So your eyes are just looking straight up. The back of your neck is nice and long. Your collarbones are wide. Shoulder blades are flat against the mat. Your rib cage is tight around your center. Back of your ribs are a little heavy. You've got that little space behind your lumbar spine. Tailbone is that little bit heavy and tipped away. Thigh bones are nice and heavy in your hip sockets, and then feet are just evenly weighted through the inside and outside of those soles of your feet. From here, we're just going to start with some inner thigh squeezes. So the ball is between your inner thighs. You're just going to engage those inner thighs. So think of an exhale. Don't think of it actually good. Exhale, inner thigh squeeze gently. Hold, and then inhale. Release those inner thighs that little bit. Does it say someone's there? Oh. Exhale, squeeze in. I think it's that, isn't it? No, I don't know. Inhale, release. So now as you exhale, think about what else is happening in your body. Exhale, your inner thighs are squeezing. Are you squeezing your glutes together? Try not to. Remember, glutes stay relaxed. You should feel a little bit of engagement through your core. Inhale, release back out. So really think about those glutes staying relaxed. They're gonna wanna help. We're gonna go 3 more like this. Little squeeze, abs deepen, and out. Bottom. Thank you. Little squeeze, abs deepen, and release. And then one more, we're gonna hold our squeeze in. So exhale, little squeeze, and then stay there. So your inner thighs are squeezing. From here, you're gonna press into your heels and your big toes. You're gonna pop your lumbar spine down towards the mat as you lift your hips right up to the ceiling. So rolling up. When you're up here, your inner thighs are still squeezing. Your knees are reaching away from the top of your head. Feel that nice length through your waistline. And then roll all the way down. So just slow and controlled all the way till you're back in that neutral. Take a breath there. Release your inner thighs and then do that again. So inner thighs squeeze in, belly button pulls towards your spine as you press through your heels, those hips lift, holding there. When you're up here, give an extra little squeeze with your inner thighs. Make sure your big toes and your heels are both pressing into the mat. Shoulder blades are nice and flat against the mat, and then roll all the way down. Let's do that again. Release your inner thighs. Start forward, inner thigh. Belly button to spine as you lift those hips. Holding up there. Don't forget your knees are still reaching away from the top of your head. Melt back down. All the way. And then we'll do one more. We're going to stay up here this time. So release those inner thighs, abs, keep an inner thigh squeeze. Press through your heels and your big toes as you roll up and then stay. Okay, so from here, you can either grab your weight, so you can just reach your arms up to the ceiling. Want weights are going to look like this. When you're up there, make sure your shoulder blades are flat against the mat. Now let's keep a constant press into our heels and our big toes, and then we're going to just add arms. So arms open out, and then arms press up. Your arms open out until your shoulder blades are flat against the mat. When your arms press up, your shoulder blades are still flat against the mat, right? Open and press. 2 more. Open and press. 1 more like this. Let's open right out. Exhale, press back up, staying at the top. Even pressure through your heels and your big toes, right? From there, you're going to drop your hips and your ribs together. They're almost going to touch down. As you lift back up, squeeze your inner thighs nice and tight. Now let's add arms. Arms are going to go overhead as your hips drop. Exhale, press with that extra inner thigh squeeze. Now don't let your ribs lift as your arms go overhead. Still think about those knees reaching away from the top of your head, both when you're lowering and when you're lifting. 2 more like this. Inhaling low. Exhale and press. 1 more. Control. Exhale, press up, holding at the top. From there, slowly, let's roll all the way down. Come to neutral, lower those arms, and then take a breath. Okay, so now bring your hands, you can do your weights there, bring your hands behind your head. Oh, I try to shift it to you. Oh, shoot, sorry. That's okay. Let me move this. There we go. So, there we go. Okay. Keep that ball in there. Keep those feet that little bit about hip distance apart. Hands are behind your head. Inhale, nod your chin a little bit, and then exhale, come up to flexion. So when you're up here, you're looking towards your ball, right? Your shoulder blades are just barely lifting off the mat. You have that little space behind your lumbar spine. Your belly button is pulling in towards your spine. Slowly come down and keep working. Don't just flop down. It's work all the way down. Reach the top of your head, away from those toes. Take a breath, and then do that again. So nod your chin gently. Exhale as you come up, holding at the top. Nice breath. And then slowly melt back down. Now just notice if your glutes squeeze or your pelvis rolls back when you come up. Don't let either of those things happen. Holding up there, nice breath. And then slow and controlled back. 1 more, tuck your chin. And then stay up here. Okay, so now just squeeze those inner thighs. You're gonna stay looking towards the ball, still in neutral, little release. Inner thighs squeeze in and release. Go for 4. Stay curled up. Go for 3. Just those inner thighs squeeze. Go for 2. Go for 1 more. Squeeze those inner thighs nice and tight, and then stay. Now lift your right leg up. Hold right there. Lift your left heel. So you're on just your left toes, holding there. From here, lower your upper body slightly. Exhale, curl up, squeeze those inner thighs tight. Do that again. So inhale back. Exhale, ribs slide down to your hips, inner thighs squeeze. We're going to go for 4 more. And 3. Exhale, little squeeze. 2. Inhale back. That is work. This is still work. 1 more. That is work. Keep working. Hold there. Lower your right. Lower your heels. Lower all the way down. Take a breath. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So tuck your chin again. Curling up. Stay here. We're going to start with just your inner thighs. So keeping that little neutral, just inner thighs for 6. Little release. Just inner thighs. Your glutes again could help you, right? Don't let them. Squeeze. Keep curling forward. Ribs nice and tight toward the top of your hip bones. Last 3. Last 2. Keep doing that check. Your glutes are relaxed, right? Last 1. Stay up there. So inner thighs are squeezing gently. Float your left leg to tabletop. Lift your right heel so you're on those right tippy toes. Now from here, back with that upper body just slightly. As you come up, squeeze a little tighter. In with your inner thighs, sorry. Inhale back, exhale for 4. Exhale. Go for 3. Inhale, that's work. Exhale. 2. Inhale back, exhale. Last 1. Stay, lower those toes, lower those heels, all the way down and take a breath. Good job, guys. Okay, now pop the ball underneath your right foot. Feet about hip distance apart. I'm going to give you an option with weights. You don't have to take it, whatever feels good for you. So neutral, ribs still tight around your center. Now we're going to be doing different things with each leg. So we need to try and keep our waistlines nice and even. Try to keep your hips from shifting. Really using those low abs. So let's start with our palms facing up. Have your weights within arm's reach. You're going to press into your left heel and your left big toe. Really think about that. Keep that left big toe connected, and then lift your hips straight up. So holding when you're there, feeling your knees reaching away from the top of your head. So in particular, your left knee is really reaching. Your waistlines are long. Your hips are nice and level. You can tuck your chin and kind of take a peek down. You don't want to be here or here. Keep them nice and level. Now from here, if you want weights, grab them, arms up. You can also keep your arms down, or you can do this without weights. So we're going to drop our hips and our ribs together. Your right foot stays a little light on the ball, and then you're going to lift straight back up. So we're going to open our arms wide, and then we're going to press straight back up. Inhale as you open, exhale. So it's your left glute that's the primary mover here. Left glute is working as you lower. It's working as you lift. So 3 more, just like this. Last 2. Last 1. Let's lift up, stay at the top. Now from here, can you float your right leg off the ball, bring it up to tabletop. Stay there, hips are still level. If that doesn't feel good, keep your foot on the ball. So if you're going with the foot on the ball option, you're just gonna roll the ball away. If you're up here, we're gonna reach that leg out. And then we're gonna come back in. As you reach your leg, your hips wanna drop. Don't let it, don't let them. Constant pressure into your left heel. And if you want a little more for your last 4, add arms. Reach those arms overhead. Reach, and then pull. Let's go for 3. Reaching, and in. Keep that left inner thigh squeezing towards your midline. 2. Very good, everybody. Last 1, reach away. Come right back in. Don't worry if you can't land on the ball, just bring your foot down and then roll all the way back to the mat and stay. Lower those arms. Top guys, pop that ball under your left foot. Right. So palms facing up by your side, relax that upper body. Even weight to both sides of your spine. Right inner thigh is important. Keep it squeezing towards your midline. You're gonna press into that right heel and right big toe, lift those hips. Holding there. So your right big toe stay connected, also connects to that right inner thigh. Left foot is a little bit light. Grab those weights if you want. Arms can reach up. From here, you're gonna drop your ribs and hips together. And then you're gonna press straight up. So you can add arms if you want, open wide, and press. Inhale down, that is work, and lifting is still work, right? Right glute is the primary mover, and up. About 4. 3, keep that right big toe connected with the mat. 2. Last one. Up. So remember, you can keep your foot on the ball and roll it away, or you can lift that lefty up to tabletop. So if you're up there, really make sure your ribs are nice and even, hips aren't even, ribs are hugging around your center. You're gonna reach your lefty out and pull back in. Don't let that back arch, keep that core connected. Reach and in. Now you can add those arms if you want as well. Arms overhead as your leg reaches, and then come back and keep that right heel, right big toe pressing through the mat for 4. And let's go for 3. You don't need to be super high with your hips, but keep them level. 2. I know easier said than done. Last one, reach. Back in, holding, lower that left foot. Don't worry if you don't touch the ball. And then roll all the way down, back to neutral. Lower those arms. Grab those knees, hug them in, have a little roll around there one way. And the other. Good job, guys. And then reach your legs straight out in front of you. So watch your ball. Reach your legs just straight out in front of you. You're gonna go arms up to the ceiling. We're gonna do some roll-ups into some teasers here. So feet can be about hip distance apart. Arms are reaching right up to the ceiling. Shoulder blades flat against the mat. Still neutral. Arms overhead. So now I'm reaching my toes from my fingertips. I'm gonna tuck my chin in, and then I'm gonna reach my arms up towards the ceiling. And then out towards my toes as I roll all the way up. Reach out there, stack up tall, and then melt right back. So rolling those hips back, bring those ribs back, arms can reach up slightly, all the way down. Reach those arms overhead. Now let's add a leg to that. So you can lift a right leg up to a teaser as you come up, or you can just bend it on the mat, whatever feels good. Even when you can go sides of your body, tuck your chin all the way up. You'll come into just that half roll back here. So in that little bit of a scoop, from here, roll all the way down. One vertebrae at a time, reach that leg, reach those arms. And then let's alternate. So we'll go over to the left. You can also just keep both legs down all the way up. Holding, shoulders away from your ears, melt right back, belly button, spine rolling, rolling, reach. And backwards, go right again, tuck your chin. Straight leg this time if you want, rolling all the way, reach toes, fingertips, and left. Holding when you're up there, nice big breath, keep that right hip rolling all the way. Both legs bent straight, doesn't matter, they can stay on the mat. Go here, you go here, you go here. Come all the way down, rolling, rolling, reach. Let those legs touch down as your mid back touches, fingertips reach overhead. This time we're gonna stay up, tuck your chin. All the way up, holding when you're there. You can keep your toes down to it, whatever feels good. From here, you're gonna reach away and then pull back in. Reach away, you guys, and in, reach. And down, and tap. And down, one more right. And in, one more left. Tap, back, in, lower your right, lower your left, and then come all the way out. And open your legs into a little diamond. A little stretch on there. And then grab your ball. We go back here. So if your hip flexors just scream at you when you do this, you can keep your legs in. If they're screaming when you do this, you can open your legs a little bit. That kind of releases them. If not, you can keep them parallel, whatever feels good. Grab weights if you want, doesn't matter, with or without. Arms and slow. sit up nice and tall. Okay, so we've got the ball back here, right? We're not gonna drop all our weight onto it and just rest. We're gonna stay light on top of it. So exhale, back that little bit, keep those ribs connected. Remember, this can be a great position to relax your inner thighs a little bit. Let's stay there so you can see. We're gonna open our arms wide. And then our arms are gonna come back in. Do that again, arms out. And arms in. So as your arms open, keep your ribs hugging tight. So instead of kind of letting everything go, think about how your arms are widening, but your ribs are tightening. Yeah, very good. Go one more like that. Bring those arms in, stay. Now from here, lift off the ball just ever so slightly. You're a little bit lighter. Now open your right arm to the side. Follow it with your eyes, reach back, reach. And then bring that arm back through center. Do the same thing left. So you're gonna open out, reaching, and then back through center. So your weight is even on your hips right now, right? Keep it even as you open, keep it even as you reach, instead of shifting your weight across, keep it nice and even. And then go left. And back through center. Good job. One more, right? All the way. Back through center. One more left, all the way. Back through center, and then all the way back to seated, nice and tall. You can drop your weights. Oops, pop the ball off to the side. Keep a weight handy. We're gonna lie on our left side. We're gonna start with our heels under our buns. Maybe you an option for a weight in a sec. So hips are stacked, shoulders are stacked. Left ribs are a little bit lifted off the mat, so don't just drop your ribs down. And then, so we'll start with our right hand on our right hip, just keeping everything nice and lined up. You're gonna lift that top leg up as high as you can. So right to the top of that clamshell, keeping your hips stacked, and then just slowly lower to a hover. So you could lift it and then just let gravity pull it down. Try not to do that, right? You're lifting, that's work. If you get to that highest point there, I mean, it's work anyway, but try and get to that highest point and then keep working as you lower. Try to keep that glute med engaged for the lift and for the lower. Do you see how that kind of changes it? And control. Go 3 more like this. Up and control. Last 2. Down, go 1 more. You're gonna get right up to the height of that clamshell and stay. Now go up 1 more inch, little squeeze up and down, little squeeze up and down. Your hips are still square, your ribs are still square. You've got 6 little squeezes, 5 little squeeze, 4, 3, 2, last one up to the top, stay there. Now bring your knee down, your foot comes up, so that's medial rotation. Right knee towards your left, yeah, and then toes back, lateral rotation. So medial rotation down, lateral rotation out. So again, your glute is on the whole time as you're turning in and as you're turning back out. Go 5 more like that. In and out. 4 more. In and out. 3 more. In and out. Last 2. Out, last 1, in and out, and then lower all the way down, take a breath. So here you can grab a weight if you want to, add a little arm to this, you don't have to, you can just do the arm without, or you can keep your arm down, doesn't matter. Okay, so arm is gonna reach straight up to the ceiling. Your shoulders are still stacked, right? Your left ribs are still lifting. Now you're gonna straighten your right leg out underneath you. So really reach toes from the top of your head, bring that right arm overhead. So when your arm goes overhead, do your left ribs lift? They shouldn't, right? Keep that connection. We're gonna bring our arm back up to the ceiling as our leg reaches away from us. So you're just isolating that arm reaches, leg is reaching the whole time, and then arm comes back up. Good, go for 4 like this. Reach and up. Keep those left ribs lifting. Go for 3, reach and up. Last 2. Up. Let's go 1 more, reach away, lift, and stay. So your hand is right above your shoulder. From here, circle your right leg around. So just smooth little circles. Your core is working to keep you nice and steady. Keep that arm reaching up. Feel how those left ribs are staying lifted off the mat. Go for 4, 3, 2. Last one, pause and go the other way. So just smooth little circles, feel your low abs working to keep your pelvis still as that thigh bone circles around. Go for 4, go for 3, go for 2. Last one, stay when you're out there. Now you're gonna bend your right knee in. As you do that, lower your right arm down in front of you. Down. And then lift that arm up, straighten that leg out. So your right leg comes into a 90-degree angle, your right arm comes straight down in front, right at shoulder height, and then lift back up. You got it. So inhale down, control, and up. Do you feel how much obliques that is with your right arm as well? It's not just your arm working with the weight in your head. You have to have a little bit more core connection to stay nice and steady, right? And reach, 3, slow, and reach. Last 2, slow, and reach, and then go one more, in, reach all the way, holding there. Okay, so keep your arm back up to the ceiling. Last set, you're gonna go rainbow, so toes down to the front edge of your mat, keep your hips still, and then toes down to the back edge of your mat. So as you're moving your leg, this right arm is keeping your waistlines nice and long. It's keeping those left ribs lifted off the mat. Feel that bit of an upward pull. And control. Go for 5. Up and down. Up and down. 4 more. Up and down. Up and down. 3 more. Down. Last 2. Down. Last 1. And down. And then you can bend your leg in, lower that arm right down, and take a little breath. All right, come on to your back, give your right knee a little stretch out. So right foot in front of your left knee, hug behind that left knee. Have a little stretch over there. Job, guys. When you're ready, let's flip over. We're gonna do the same set on the other side. So you'll start with your heels underneath your bum. Remember, have a weight handy. Right ribs stay lifted. Left waistline is really nice and long. Left hand on your left hip is nice just to keep everything lined up. And then you're just gonna go right up to the top of that clamshell. So get up there, you can feel your left glute med on. As you lower your leg, keep it engaged, right? Don't let gravity just pull your leg back down. Up and control. Exhale up. Inhale, lower. I'm not gonna do the same side twice. And control. And now go for 4 more. Up, don't let that hip roll back though, whatever you do. 3. And down, last 2. And down, and then go 1 more, get right up to the top, stay there. So feel that little bit of turnout in your left outer glute. Now you're gonna turn in, that's still working, and then turn back out. Turn in, and turn out. Turn in, keep those right ribs lifting, turn out. Find that nice rotation. That's your femur getting its full sort of range in your hip socket, right? Core has to work a little bit harder as you turn in and as you turn out, right? So your hip doesn't just wiggle with you. So 1 more, we're gonna go in and out and then stay. Now you're just gonna go up 1 extra inch, little pulses, go 8 little squeezes, 7 little squeeze, 6, last 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and then lower all the way. Grab your weight if you want to. On the other side. Okay, so arm is gonna reach straight up to the ceiling. Really feel that your hand is right above your shoulder, and then extend your left leg. So your left leg is at about hip height, reaching your toes away from the top of your head. Now let's reach that left arm right up overhead, and then bring it back up to the ceiling. So as your arm lifts, your ribs could lift, your body can kind of change shape. Don't let it. You can just keep those toes reaching. It's nice mental hold. You're just reaching your arm and then bringing it back up. Ribs stay tight around your center for 5. Again, feel how your obliques have to work as well when you start moving this arm here. Reach. Last 2. And up. One more, let's reach. Come on up. Stay here. Now you're going to circle this leg around. So just little circles, keep your arm reaching up. As you're circling, your low abs are keeping your pelvis nice and still, right? 5, keep reaching as you circle. 4, 3, 2, last one, other way. 6, 5, nice long neck, still. 4, 3, 2, last one. Now bend that leg into a 90-degree angle. So knee in front of your hip, foot is way out underneath your knee. Lower that arm down so you're at about shoulder height, and then extend back out. So do that again, bending in slow and controlled. Don't let your body rotate forward with the weight, and then extend back out, slow and controlled. Doesn't matter how low your arm goes. Really feel how your core has to work to keep you steady, right? Everything is pulling you into down towards the mat, right? Don't let it. Slightly harder than you think. Go for 4, slow and controlled and reach. And if you're feeling tension in your neck or your right shoulder, just bring your gaze down, really try to stay relaxed through there. Feel that you're finding stability through your core instead of through your neck, right? You can kind of grip through there. Last 2. Up, last 1. In and reach, and then stay. So keep that arm reaching up. You're gonna do those little rainbows to finish off. So toes to the front edge of your mat, and then toes to the back edge. So again, finding stability through your core so your pelvis stays still as your leg moves. Up and down, up and down. You've got it for 5. And down, 4 more. And down, 3 more. Down, last 2. Last 1. And down, and then bend that leg right in. Way. And then give that left foot that same stretch out. So left foot in front of your right knee. Come in nice and tight there. Okay, guys, and then just come back onto your backs. Back neutral, upper body's nice and relaxed. We keep our ribs tight around our center. We're gonna start with our heels both lifted. So we're just on our tippy toes. Our feet are light on the mat. We haven't just shifted our weight into our toes. Our feet are just really light. Now from here, keep those ribs tight around your center. Bring your hands behind your head. Inhale, nod your chin, and then exhale, come up to flexion. So you're looking down towards those thighs. Pelvis is neutral. Pop your right leg up to tabletop. Pop your left leg up to tabletop, and then stay when you're there. From here, you're going to reach your right leg out. You don't need to go straight. You don't need to go low. Whatever feels good. Keeping this connection, and then pull back. Same thing, left. Reach it out, and then bring it back in. Let's go right again. And if nothing else changes in your body, just that leg, and back. Reach that leg, and back. One more left. And in, stay there. Now you're gonna reach your right arm and your right leg, reach, lengthen that. And then all the way in. Same side again, right and right, reaching. 4 more like this, reaching long and in. 3, reaching long and back. Last 2. Last 1. And back, lower those toes, lower those toes, lower your upper body all the way. Take a breath. And from here, you're gonna come back up, tuck your chin again, curl back up to flexion, stay. This time we're gonna lift our left leg to tabletop. Our right leg is gonna stay down. You can keep it light, you can keep your heel down, it doesn't matter. We're gonna add rotation. So we're gonna reach our left leg out. Long, even waistlines. As you come into rotation, bring your right shoulder blade off the mat for that little twist, and then come back through center. You're long here, and then rotate across. Yes, so don't worry about your right leg at all. Keep it down. Really concentrate on that rotation through your center. Right ribs across to the top of your left hip. 4 more. Lengthen. 3. Lengthen. And in. Last 2. Rotate. And then 1 more. Reach. Back through center, lower that leg. Lower your upper body all the way down and take a breath. Okay. Hug those knees and have a little roll. Do those 3 on the other side. So feet down again. Start with your hands behind your head. Head is heavy in your hands. Tuck your chin, curl up to flexion, holding in there. Now we're gonna lift our heels. So you're on your tippy toes, core stays connected, lift your left. Lift your right. Stay there. Okay, so let's start with our left this time. We're just going to alternate legs. And in, upper body stays nice and lifted. And together. Exhale as you reach out, deepen. In, reach. And in. 1 more each way. Looking towards those knees, not this knee. 1 more here, reach. And in, let's go left leg, left arm, reach away. And then come in, same side again, reaching left toes away from your left fingertips here. And up, it's work the whole way. This is work, 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 work. This is work, 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 work. For 4. 3. Last 2. Last 1, reach. Come up. Lower your left, lower your right, lower those heels, lower your upper body, take a little breath. And we're gonna do our little rotation. So now we're gonna rotate to the right. So tuck your chin in again, curl up, lift that right leg up to tabletop. Stay there, so left ribs towards the top of your right hip. Exhale across, left shoulder blade just off the mat, and then back through center. You can reach that leg if you want, so leg reaches, upper body drops, and rotate across. Just keep that left leg down again. Really concentrate on your ribs twisting as opposed to your hips, right? Hips stay still. Go for 4. Lengthen back, that's work. Still work. 3. Last 2, reach. Last 1, reaching. Back through center, lower your right, lower your upper body all the way down. This time, hug your right knee into your chest, reach your left leg out in front. Take a little breath there, and then bring that right leg over to the left side of your body for a little twist. Right fingertips reach away from that right knee. And then bring that right leg back in, kick it out of your left leg in. Those right toes reaching as you bring that left leg over to the right side of your body. This time look towards your left fingertips. And then bring that right leg back in. Roll yourself on up. We're going to come to a 4-point wheel. So hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. Find your neutral here. So it would be easy to kind of do this kind of thing, like your ribs drop, like your shoulder blades slide together. Think of the same position you're in on the mat, right? Your shoulder blades are flat against the mat. Your ribs are flat as well. And you have that little space behind your low back. Think about that. If I'm up here on all fours, same thing here, right? Shoulder blades flat, even one here. Ribs drop, keep everything neutral, right? Easier, way easier on the mat than here. So you don't have that feeling of being pressed against anything. So keep your palms pressed into the mat. Keep those shoulder blades open. Keep those collarbones nice and wide and keep those ribs hugging tight. Reach your right leg straight out. You're also working against gravity here, which makes it harder. So right toes reach up behind you. Lift that leg right up. And then let's extend our left arm in front. So fingertips tap down, toes tap down, and then you're gonna lift back up. So inhale as you lower and exhale as you lift. So you're thinking way more about length than height. You're thinking way more about stability than height. It doesn't matter how low you drop those arms and legs. Just really think about keeping that stability through your core, really reaching fingertips from toes. We've got 3 more. Last 2. Watch that right elbow, don't let it walk. Last one, let's lift up and stay. Now open your leg to the side just a few inches, open your arm to the side a few inches, and then squeeze back to your midline. So as you open out, your weight wants to shift, right? Don't let it. Feel how those obliques are working to keep you steady. Think about your left inner thigh staying squeezed towards your midline so your hips don't drop to the left. 3 more, out. And then go for 2. And in, 1 more, out. And in, arm down, leg down. Sit yourself back to a little shell stretch. Wrists a little shake out. Okay, and then from here, pop back up. So hands back under your shoulders, knees under your hips, still in neutral. This time you're gonna drop your left elbow down. You can keep your right straight-ish, so you're a little bit twisted to the left. You're gonna kick your right leg straight over behind, use the same leg, and then lift it up. So because you're on this angle, you can lift your leg a little higher. Just make sure you're not looking straight down, looking towards your left wrist, so your neck is staying long. Got it? Okay, so now your hips are definitely gonna wanna shift to the left. Don't let them. Keep that left inner thigh squeezing towards your midline. You're gonna bend your right leg, bring it in towards your right elbow, your right underarm, and then kick it straight back out. And then do that again. So slowly in and slowly reach back. Don't forget about the height, right? So in, kick back and up that bit. Little squeeze as you kick back. In, back, and up. Keep thinking about that left inner thigh squeezing towards your midline. Do you guys feel your left outer glute? It's working to keep you from just dropping over to the left. So if you don't feel your left outer glute, maybe you're dropping to the left. Great. 2 more. In. Last one. In. And squeeze. Now from there, keep reaching through your toes. You're going to lower your straight leg down, keep your hips lifted, and then lift that straight leg back up. So inhale down and exhale as you lift. Is that left inner thigh still squeezing towards your midline? If you don't feel your left outer glute, it probably isn't. Little extra press into your left knee each time you lift your right can help to keep that inner thigh and that outer glute on your left engaged, which we want. Don't forget you're looking in towards your left wrist, so your neck is staying long. You have 2 more. Slow and controlled and squeeze. Last one, slow and controlled and squeeze, and then bend that leg in, Sit yourself back again for that little shell stretch. Okay, and then let's do the same on the other side. So back, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, neutral, so your ribs are still hugging nice and tight, right? Looking straight down so your neck is long. You're gonna keep your left knee out, so reach toes away from the top of your head. Lift that leg up, think about your right inner thigh squeezing towards your midline of it, little bend in your left wrist, extend that right arm, you're gonna tap, and let's remember we're thinking length, really more than anything else. Inhale down, stability and length. So control, in control, 5, and really reach fingertips from toes forward. Each time I lift my leg and my arm, I'm pressing my right knee down a little bit into the mat. 3, right knee presses as you lift. 2, last one, let's lift up. Stay, open to the side, arm and leg a couple, and back in. Open up that bit, and in, go for 6. And 5 more. Open, and keep that right inner thigh squeezing towards your midline. It's harder for that one. 3, and back. Keep reaching fingertips from toes. 2, and in, last one. And in, arm down, leg down, sit back again for that little stretch. Ready. Then we will pulse our back up pulse fours. Left hand under your left shoulder, and then just bend your right arm. So most of your weight is on your right elbow. Your body twist that a little bit to the left, and then you're gonna make sure your knees are underneath your hips. You're gonna kick your left leg straight out behind you. Remember, you're looking down towards your right wrist this time, so your neck stays long. Lift that left leg up. It can go up that little bit higher because you're on that angle. You're gonna bend that knee in towards your left elbow, and then you're gonna kick straight out. So remembering that as you bend your leg, your weight totally wants to shift to the right. You're not gonna let it. Keep your right knee under your right hip as much as possible. And reach. Slow as you come in. And reach. You got it. Slow as you come in. And reach. Control and exhale. Right knee stays pressed into the mat. Keep it pressed. 4 more. 3. Last 2. Keep it up nice and high. And then last one. Take right back. Stay nice and high. Tap those toes down. And then lift back up. So inhale down, controlling down. It should be harder to lower than it is to lift. Good job with those shoulders, guys. Really, really nice. Harder to lower, you're working against gravity, right? Last 2. Last 1. And then bend that leg in. Sit yourself back again for that little shell stretch. Come back up, let's just do a little cat cow and get a little bit more movement through our spine. So hands under those shoulders, knees under your hips. Drop your tail, Let your head just be heavy. Take a nice breath and then all the way out of it back for neutral and then into a little arch. Nice big breath there. And again, drop your tail, scoop those abs as you round up. And then again, slow and controlled. Drop that tail scoop. And then one more like that. All the way out. And then right onto your tummy. So we're going to do a little extension. So kick your legs straight out underneath you. Lie flat. Have your legs as wide as the mat or so. Arms can be, your elbows can be, about shoulder height, just so they're comfortable, no tension in your shoulders. And then hands off the mat. And then you're going to start just looking straight down at the mat. So your nose is like just barely touching the mat there. So just totally letting the weight of your body kind of melt into the mat. Nothing is really, you shouldn't feel any tension or anything yet. We're going to start with our core. So think belly button towards your spine, just that little bit lifted away from the mat slightly. Think about your ribs tightening up around your center. And then just imagine you have a little marble or a little ball in front of your nose. You're going to roll it away just maybe an inch. And then begin reaching the top of your head away from your toes. So when you're at the height of your extension, you're still pretty much looking at the exact same spot on your mat. Toes are reaching one way, top of your head is reaching the other way. Your spine is super nice and long. Your shoulder blades haven't just squeezed together, keep them open, and then slowly melt down. As you come down, try and reach the top of your head further away from those toes, all the way. Your nose will hover off the mat when you're down. And then let's do that again. So starting at core, ribs tighten up around your center, shoulder blades slide down your back. Think about that little ball in front of your nose. Roll it away as you lengthen your spine and lift. Holding here. Nice big breath, and then lower all the way down. Keep lengthening your spine as you come down. So one more like that. So core connects. Ribs tighten up, shoulder blades down your back. With that nose, find that length. Still looking down. Now from here, try and have a light touch with your fingers on the mat. Lift your elbows. Hold there. Stay here if you're feeling strong enough. Try and lift your hands up. Holding there. Still thinking of the top of your head reaching from your toes. From there, can you reach your arms forward a bit? As you pull them back, can you extend a little more through your upper back, lift it even higher. Lower slightly as your arms reach. Extend back. Still looking straight down. Two more. Good job, guys. Keep those ribs hugging tight around your center. Last one. Holding. Lower your fingertips down. Lower those elbows. Melt your upper body all the way down, and then press back to that shift stretch again. Okay, guys, then come back down onto your toes. We're gonna do one more down here. This time you can just have your arms bent and lie your head whichever way you want to. Okay, so knees about as wide as the mat. You're gonna bend them this time and have your heels together. Okay. So we'll just relax our upper body. You can look straight down, look to this side, whatever feels good. Okay, so your heels are squeezing together. Your feet are a little bit flexed. Your ribs are still tight around your center. Your core is still that little bit connected. We're going to be thinking about our glute. So it's going to be underside of our glute where our glute meets our hamstring. all I want you to do is think about squeezing your heels together. As you squeeze your heels together, lifting your knees like maybe 2 millimeters off the mat, just a slight little lift, and then slowly release them back down. So release the squeeze of your heels, let your knees fall down slightly. Do that again. So squeeze those heels together, let your knees lift just that little bit. Heels reach up towards the ceiling slightly. Hold. And then again, slow and controlled lower back down. Make sure your knees are pretty open when you do that. Squeeze those heels, feel your core connect so you're not just dropping into that low back. Knees lift. If you feel you can try to lift your knees a little higher. And again, heels squeeze, glutes. Connect. Slow as you come down. And then go one more. Squeeze those heels, little lift, and stay. You're lifting, your glutes are working, right? Your core is still connected. Can you lift 1 extra millimeter and down just a millimeter? 1 millimeter up and 1 millimeter down. 1 millimeter up and 1 millimeter down for 4. If you feel your back at all, don't lift any higher. Just keep that squeeze. 3. Last 2. Last one, hold that little squeeze for 4. Hold for 3, keep those heels squeezing together. 2. Last 1, and you can extend those legs out. And then just press yourself back again, all the way. All right, and then from there, step your right heel back. So really reach through your right heel, come force, hands under your shoulders, and then step your left back as well. So heels reach away from the top of your head. Tuck your chin, scoop those abs, press yourself back to a downward dog, walk your feet in wherever it feels good. And then let's walk our feet out. So drop one heel and one knee and switch. Switch. And drop both heels nice and low. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling and then shift your weight into your hands. Pull your right knee in, turn it out, and then drop down to a little stretch. You can come down as far as that feels good. Walk those hands back in. Curl those left toes under. Step your right foot back. Press back again. That one's the left leg up. Bring that knee in, turn it out. One more nice big breath here, guys. And then walk those hands back and curl those right toes under. Step your left foot back. Press your weight back into those heels. Just walk your hands in. Hang in that forward fold. Have a little roll out. Let me just roll. Right up. Good, good. Awesome. Thanks, Hillary.